Now it's alive. But yeah, okay. We have everything up, everything ready. This works, that works, everything works. It's all working.
which is good.
Yes, I know. I always just got to
Which
run
is
my little
good.
tests because I can't always be sure. Well, I guess I technically didn't do a sound test. I'm just assuming. I guess that it's working fine.
Which makes sense.
Sound
Because
test.
they would probably tell us if it's not working.
Well, that's just it. But you actually have to have somebody on watching us and listening to be able to say, "Hey, can't hear you." And then usually that's like an hour or
True.
two, and we're like, "Oh God, that first bunch of this VOD is gonna have no sound." But I just checked the sound, and it's fine.
And so did I. So let's see. Where are we? We are in November.
We are in November, so there's a transfer window coming up in not too
We
long.
lost to you. We lost to Barcelona away.
Oh yeah, that was a rough one.
But we beat Sporting twice in a row.
But this
Put,
season has one game left. I play Galway at home, unfortunately.
how many do I
So
have?
one game left. That's all
Yep,
anybody
one game.
has. So let's see.
Yep.
The relegation race has Drug head at the bottom. They're done. They're relegated. Bray Wanderers are
Nice.
currently in the playoff spot. Bray should be a top four team, but they're currently in the playoff spot for relegation.
Sadly.
And they haven't fired their next manager yet. I mean, they just hired him this season, but he sure didn't turn that season around. Sligo's in fourth. It looks like they've clinched fourth. Fourth is done. They are fourth. That's going to be disappointing for them.
Okay.
I mean, they're going into the Europa League regardless, right?
I believe so.
I think we have two
Yes.
Europa League spots. I
Yes.
need to be absolutely certain. Qualification places. Ireland. Nope. No, we only have one Euro Cup. Nope. So they're in the Euro Cup too. Oh.
Oh well.
Oh
They're
well.
still in continental competition.
I mean, as long as they don't go on another big ass fire sale like they did, they actually may do some damage in that.
It's possible. Plausible? Not really, but possible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So O'Connell is not ready for my next Champions League game. Luckily, it's against what's the name of that team again? Karabag. So I'm not that worried.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be at all.
I can be missing players for that, and that's all right because getting to the point where Max Rundstrom has to start playing first team minutes, he's going to be a god in no time at all. Or should I say in Norse time? Because, he's Swedish. Oh,
Wow.
that was good for me.
Wow.
I,
We're
I,
starting
I
with the
enjoyed
jokes
I
already.
enjoyed that one.
Wow.
Oh,
Uh,
just so you know, I also asked two players because I did my usual rounds of asking people to represent Ireland that are neutrals, and two of them are actually
okay.
considering it.
That is fantastic. Now you got to get them in a World Cup qualifying game as quick as possible.
Gallagher said no. So the one that I really wanted, the central midfielder, Connor Gallagher, he said no. But Butler said yes. Okay, so this guy said that he will switch his allegiance to us. He's a right wing back, not a right back. Oh, marking 5, tackling 5. I misread what position he was. I don't actually need him.
Brower injured. Ryan injured. Let's see. Josh
Whoops.
Ryan is the goalkeeper.
Ryan's injured for only 3 days, it says. Yeah, he'll be fine before
Did
the
I have
Spain
the
game.
backup? Did I have the backup goalkeeper in the sporting games? Tony Douglas, I did. Tony Douglas, I did. Okay.
Well, alrighty then.
I knew Ryan was having a couple of bad games in a row.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, but I use a wing back, so this is actually not a problem. Okay, so this guy decided to commit to playing for Ireland, but he did it the day after we named our squad.
Of course he did. Oh, he's committed to Ireland. Is he still committed to the other team?
What other team? He was never actually on another national team.
Well, whatever his other nationality is.
Oh, we got raided by Ronnie222. His other nationality, I
Hello.
don't think he. No, he's English, and he was never on the English national team.
It doesn't look like he's going to be on the English national team either.
No, he would barely eke his way into playing for our team as a backup because, hey, the save's going great. Actually, we're doing wonderfully. I don't even know where to begin to describe it, but it's going wonderfully. Because I play wingbacks, this guy will actually make it as the backup on our bench. So good enough.
Nice.
He's an upgrade over Richardson. So yeah, it's going wonderfully. I finally won the Champions League, and just to top it off, I won the World Cup with Ireland. Didn't see that one coming. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge surprise there.
Yeah.
He did it the first time of asking as well.
Yep.
And now the only big competition you have to win is the Euros.
And I'm working on that. We're doing okay in that one so far. Undefeated in our group. So I think it's going exceptionally well. Better than I could have ever expected. Because we finally got a Champions League win. Finally. You're about to qualify for your second Champions League. Oh, that's exciting. I hope you win some games. Get into the knockouts. It's always the goal, right? Just get in there and see what happens.
Or you could be me and contemplate hitting third place to try and get a deep run.
In the Euros, yeah. I mean, that's never a bad idea. Is it overkill to wear a suit on a stream if it make? Yes. I mean, that's just my opinion, but you're asking me for an opinion, so I'm giving it. Yes, that's overkill. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Sometimes overkill is fun, hilarious, even entertaining. Depends on what you're going for.
If what the fans want, then that's what the fans get.
Right. Would I do it? No. But that's because I would actually have to get up out of my chair, go all the way to my room, change all of my clothes, come back. You know, it just sounds like too much of a hassle. It sounds like movement, and I'm very effort averse. So, yeah.
See, the big question is though, did you have suit and tie and pants as well, or did you just have shorts because they can't see your pants?
Ah,
That's the big.
That's an important question. Yeah.
Because I know some people will do that for their interviews. They'll just have a suit and tie and stuff, and then be in like their pajama.
They're online interviews. They're online interviews, not their in-person interviews. Because people do tend to notice what's when you show up in person. Too tall not to show your legs on the cam. There's no choice in the matter. It's got to be pants and everything. But okay, so let's follow up with shoes. Do you wear your dress shoes? Because that would feel weird to not wear dress shoes with a suit and everything, wouldn't it? I think it'd be kind of strange.
Put your socks on.
It's hard to say. You go all out. I mean, if you're gonna go out at all, you might as well go all out. I can respect that. Oh, Galway's actually giving me a wee bit of a run here.
Wait, are you home or away at Galway?
I'm home, so we don't get to see the giant. I know it would have been nice to show everybody the giant, funny-looking stadium. That's a huge square. Which team are you playing, Ashley? You didn't tell me that much. I mean, I'm sure you got to take off soon, hence why you rated us. Thank you for that, by the way. But yeah, I'd be curious to know who you're playing as with your second Champions League appearance. Dude, Sarah scores. Yeah.
I'd love to be able to try and guess.
Oh. Well, hold on. I got to go and give Ronnie a follow. Or Rooney. It's not Ronnie. It's Rooney. Oh, my God. See, look, this is me not reading.
Oh, then my guess would be Everton.
I'm rooting, not reading. So rude of me. Sorry. But I followed back. Thanks for that. Yeah, well, your guess is Everton. Okay, let's find out. Maybe we'll get an answer. Maybe he's gone already. We don't know.
Is that card? That is card.
Uh-huh.
One of the
Hanover 96. It started out as a Croatia save, but got an offer for 222,000. So, like, with my name, I couldn't say there. There you go. Now we know what's going on.
I've never done a German save. I'm quite disappointed by that.
Yeah, you haven't ever done Germany.
Never.
Haven't done Germany, you say?
Well,
I'm thinking about it. Have I? I don't think so. Huh?
No, you've done Italy and France. I know that.
Yeah, and I know I've done Spain.
And Spain, yeah.
I don't think I've ever done a German save either. Well, there we go, Jacob. I think maybe we may have decided what we're going to play as in the next
A
stream.
German team?
Why not? We could play in Germany. What's wrong with that?
I don't have any complaints
We're
with
not
that.
particularly building a nation that way, but it doesn't have to be about that. It could just be about building two small teams up into bigger teams and taking over the top ones. No restrictions. Yes, that would be good, actually. No restrictions, Jacob. Think about that just for a second.
That's exactly what we have here.
I know, and that's one of the best parts about this one is that no restrictions. So if we could have that on a bigger scale, and think about it, we wouldn't have to struggle to get our players' values up because we would at least be in a country, and once we're in the top
That's
league,
true.
Let's do Germany.
Okay.
Okay, that's at the top of the list as of now. It's subject to
That is-
change, but it's at the top of the list now.
How far down in Germany would you want to go?
I don't know, second division.
Okay.
It's going to be a bit of a struggle to get to the top, anyways. It'll probably take us 3, 4, 5 seasons, but that's okay. We can take our time about it.
True.
We've just got to succeed enough not to get fired. It's not that hard. I've never been fired in Football Manager ever. So, I mean,
All right, little brag.
okay,
there.
hold on. I shouldn't say that. Now, here's a caveat to my saying this. All right, and it's a pretty hard one. So one time, I was playing a game, and I was playing in League 2 of England, but I took over a team late in a season that was struggling against relegation, and I didn't save them from relegation, and I also didn't load the leagues below it. So if you go down into an by default, it doesn't fire you. You just become unemployed. I was not fired.
Oh.
So that's my one caveat to this, is that I've never been fired, but I did lose my job once. Yeah. There was one time when I think way back, I'm talking 09, I believe. It was, Football Manager 09. And I was in the verge of being sacked, but I got an interview to another team, and I took it and left.
And you took it.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of sort of on the brink of.
I miss the times where all the logos were just shirts, crests rather.
You missed that? Wow.
Yeah, I do. It looked so clean to me.
Okay, fair enough.
And every year since that, I've had to get the real logo pack. I just can't play without it.
Right. I love the real logo pack, and I've been reusing the same logo pack since 2014, so it has all of them.
Does it have the Old City logo?
Yes. I once got fired meeting my board's original expectations of fighting bravely and getting relegated. I got cocky and said I would be in it. I got relegated by 1 point. They fired me. I don't know how much more of a battle they wanted. I mean, that's the definition of succeeding at that particular ask, I would think. That's horrible. I don't know what to say to that. It's the exact. It's like if they wanted you to just not get relegated, that should have been the expectation, right? But if you fail by 1 point, that is exactly fighting bravely against relegation. I mean, maybe you weren't brave enough about it. It's could have been an attitude issue. I don't know. There's no explaining that. All right. Well, that's typical of management for sports franchises, isn't it? Setting an expectation and then backpedaling on what their expectations actually were. Just go with that. They're a bunch of jerks.
Congratulations on a third successive undefeated season.
Oh, yeah. No, wait. Isn't this 4?
4?
This should be my 4th successive undefeated season.
5th.
5th.
6th. Hold on.
Is it 6th? I don't know. I've got a lot of undefeated seasons in a row on this, but this is Ireland.
25. 26, you went perfect. 27.
Right, I had my first perfect season ever, which...
29. Okay, so it's 6. It's your 6th season undefeated.
6th undefeated season for St. Pat's. Ever since that day, I've included a $0 release clause. If I'm getting fired, I'm taking you down with me. That's fantastic. Good strategy. I'm going to remember that. $0 release clause. I can go wherever the hell I want. That's brilliant. Okay, well, this game is going to end really, really well. And yes, 6 consecutive seasons of undefeated Ireland football. Going to go for a 7th, but the way Jacob's team is progressing, I don't think it's going to happen next season. I really actually think that he will take points off.
I have to perfect the tactic though.
Well, I mean, that's part of it, but your team is good enough to do it.
Yeah. That just means I suck at the game then. If my team is good enough to do it, but I screw it up.
I mean, realistically, my team is still a lot better, but you don't always beat the teams that you're better than. It's close enough that you could easily beat us. They just took their second red card in this game, so they not only don't want to win or compete or any of that, they literally just don't even want to play the game.
Can you blame them?
No, I don't. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out.
Have a good night.
Gonna make some dinner. Oh no, I just took an injury and I have no substitutions left. Not okay. So I currently don't have a right back for the remainder of this match.
Can I just buy Roy Horhane and not play him anymore so he doesn't have to score against us?
It's your money. Well, seriously, it's your money. You do what you want. I mean, why would you not play him? You could at least throw him in for, league games.
Cool. I have like 7,000 strikers behind him though.
7,000. Come on now, my game's over.
6,999.
I have to. I'm gonna put a command in for lurk mode. People put that in a lot, and I don't have one for it. But I should. Hey, Grumperus! Wow, Grumperus! Holy cow! Where have you been?
Welcome back.
Random cameo appearance.
Who do you put on next game? Bayern Munich. I think I'm gonna put Josh Ryan back in.
Oh, you have to play this stupid Inter-Ireland final. I have to play Larn again. Finished watching League of Legends World Championship play-in stage. That I have nothing to say to that. What season are we in? 2030. I won the World Cup with Ireland, and I won the Champions League.
It's our 11th season since we started in 2020.
And I just wrapped up my 6th consecutive undefeated season. I won the Champions League. Yep, St. Pat's now has a Champions League win. And in the very same season, in fact, just a couple weeks later, I won the World Cup with Ireland. I did not see that one coming. That one was a bit more of a surprise. Champions League, I'm like, I'm going to win it this time. This is my time. I'm going to win this. The World Cup is like, I'm going to try to win one game at a time. And it worked out. Has the league rep gone up? The league rep has gone up only a small amount. Yeah, league reputation is just like inching. Despite the fact that we have all this great success, it's definitely not going up as much as it should, honestly. Like I feel like we should be at least on par with France because they only have one good team as well.
ESG.
Okay, dude, that was a burn in so many ways in so many different directions. I just cut down every non-PSG team in France and you. You realize that.
You talking about me?
Yeah, that's because there's only one good team. I said, you didn't get the joke. It went over your head.
Oh, what if I got it? I just didn't want to acknowledge it.
Well,
that's
all right.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, yeah. What about the hidden talent number? What hidden talent? Oh, you mean the youth rating?
Oh.
It went up 1 point. We're ahead of England. Like, whatever. I think that the size of the nation factors in, and there's like it can only go so high based on the population of your country. Maybe I don't know. It's a theory.
I didn't understand.
I don't know why my phone thinks I'm talking to it. I'm not talking to you, phone.
No.
Oh no. Okay, so this is. I thought the Inter-Ireland finals was... Oh, it is 2 legs. Okay, here's one, here's the other. All right. They're divided up a week apart. Oh, more than.
Yeah, it's a week.
It's more than a week apart.
Oh, it is?
Oh, top 50 best players in the world. Do I have any? I do. I have the 28th and the 35th best players in the world. Ryan Moran is 28th. Duterte is 35th. Finally, they're recognizing Duterte. Finally. Let's see. Let's see if there are any Dundalk players on here.
Oh, no, I don't. I don't have any.
You have no players from the top 50. Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of figured. What's his name?
Alexandro.
I thought he might sneak on there. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. See, he knows. He knows what I'm thinking. He knows who his best player is. I thought he might sneak on there
That's true.
if I'm honest. Oh, there was an ad right when I said that. Because of course there was. 0 games for that one. Well, I have 2 of the top 50 players, and they're moving on up, no less. So there's that. Okay, Ireland duty begins. Injury update. Josh Ryan is out for just 1 more day. He'll be back. We've got 2 days before we play Spain, so we're okay. We won't be missing our top goalkeeper. That's who they want me to play for this game, huh? You want me to play Andrew Moran as a striker? I guess he has a rating there, but how about no? Who is it they want me to play in central midfield instead of him? Mitchell and Bayhan instead of O'Connell. And wow, these guys really want me to experiment with my squad, and I am
not willing to do that.
I am not. I understand that some of my players are a little tired, but you know what? We have done this before where we've had some tired players and we've been just fine. Hell, we won the World Cup when I was all concerned. I'm like, oh no, I don't know if my players are going to be fit enough to be competitive, and it was fine. I worried over nothing. As you liked to remind me repeatedly over the span of that particular run. You'll be fine. Those were your words. And you were right. We were.
I know I was. I always am.
Yeah, he's always right. And he's always modest.
Newcastle's no longer in first.
Oh, who took over first?
Your team.
Liverpool's in first? Oh,
yeah.
That's crazy. They got back up there. I wonder how they did that. Probably got rid of some of their aging players. Would be my guess. Drop Bear, what's going on?
Hello there.
I just finished my 6th consecutive undefeated season in Ireland. Isn't that ridiculous? I think that's ridiculous.
I totally agree.
Yeah. It's downright maddening. Starting your 2nd season in Northern Ireland. What are you doing in Northern Ireland? And which team? Please tell me it's Crusaders. I did a Crusaders save once. It was great. Ballymena. Right. Actually, I knew that. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, cool. The new subscriber chat thing. Look at that. It's got like a big star around it. Okay, that's pretty neat. Jacob, what happens when you type in there? It should do that too, right? Won the first, lost the second. I mean, that's not so bad. Oh, yeah, it totally works. That's cool. They added that feature. I'm like, all right, I'll leave that on. I had no reason to turn it off. It's big and very pronounced.
That's what she said.
Yeah, okay.
Did you have to mute your mic for that?
I didn't mute my mic, no. Did I laugh?
Oh,
I might have
okay.
just laughed with a high enough pitch that my mic didn't pick it up.
That's probably what happened then.
I think so. You got into the European Places playoff. Yeah, you posted that. It's pretty neat and unlikely. good to accomplish unlikely things. Like, well, I don't know, winning the World Cup with Ireland. Holy crap. I want to talk about unlikely. And it's only because of our, getting the youth rating up and getting some good new gens in there. If we had had to win it with the default Irish squad, it never would have happened. Not in a million. I don't think I even would have qualified. Because most
No,
of our
not at
most of
all.
our team is new gens, and that's the only reason it worked out. Anyway, here we go. Team Ireland playing Spain. Most of the time, I'd be very nervous for a game like this, but I'm more optimistic than I've been in the past. Oh, here comes Spain. Just because I got optimistic. See, I can't be optimistic as the national team manager. I just can't.
You're undefeated.
I'm playing Spain.
Yes, but I think you qualified for. No, you didn't
No,
qualify for the next
we have to
round.
win this.
He,
I think if we win this game, we qualify.
what's the tiebreaker?
Probably head to head.
Results between teams. So did you beat Spain the first time around? I think you did.
I think so too.
Okay.
In Spain, but now we're in Ireland. But still, they are outplaying us. Something fierce to start this game. We'll see how it goes.
Goal difference. What's the goal difference between you two?
I'm certain I have a larger
12
goal
to 4.
difference than them. Yeah.
12 to 4.
Right. We figured this out. They have to overcome an 8 goal difference and beat us.
Yeah.
In order to. Right. Okay.
Over 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It'd be
That means
tough.
you have to drop your last 2 games too.
Yes. Well, I plan on just beating them outright right now and being done with it. So the last game I can experiment.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it is a plan. It's even a good plan. Only kind of have.
Okay.
Sorry. The joy you had in your
Are you
first
done?
ever FM save, which was just this year. But no, you did. I don't know if you told me. Where you were an idiot picking a job? No, I'm pretty sure I haven't heard about this. Isn't that what most people are? You started unemployed? Okay. I feel like the majority of humanity is just idiots picking jobs. I don't know. I could be wrong. You chose the first job you got offered. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people play a journeyman where that is actually part of the rules. You have to take the first job that you are offered and then go from there. But that's just limiting yourself, I understand. Which turns out it was the national team manager of Vanuatu? Is that a country?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in Oceania.
It's in Oceania, right. Never mind. It took me a second.
Its flag is.
You took the national team job for. Okay, well, ouch would be the only word I can come up with. Small little island. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, so that went devastatingly bad, I'm sure. Who ever heard of this friggin' country? Seriously. I mean, other than somebody who knows geography as well as you do. Right, yeah.
I was just gonna say.
What? I was looking at Joanne. You knew too? Okay.
Tahiti, New Zealand, fine with me.
It's in between Tahiti and New Zealand. Okay, there you go. It has been explained to me in such a way that I understand it clearly now. I can see clearly
You
now
dumbed
the
it down
brain
for
is
you?
gone. Yes, she dumbed it down for me. Exactly. I like how you imply that that's what I need.
Because it's true.
It was so utterly fun, huh? Took you 4 years to realize it was a mistake. You had the job for 4 years? That's somewhat impressive. You know what I would do in that instance, though, was I'd still apply for club teams and just keep the nation at the same time. Then you try to bring some of the players onto your club team and develop them. And see, you could have done that. Sup to you too. Mendy Sippervin. Mendy Sippervin. I think that's right. Playing with your own country is so much fun. I would never play as Canada. Ever. So, no. You're playing with Azerbaijan. That's your own country.
Karabag?
Guess we don't have
Are
to
you
ask
playing
where
as-
you're from.
Are you playing as Karabag?
Are you playing as Karabag? Because
Or-
I'm about to play against them with my Irish team. You know everything on Earth. That's quite the claim. That's a hell of a thing to say. I guarantee that you don't. The ultimate knowledge, after all, is knowing that you know nothing. Our national team, you know everything on Earth on your national team. Well, I mean, I'm sure that I could figure out something about your national team that you didn't know. Yeah, I'm that confident. Nobody truly knows everything.
So the only things I know about Azerbaijan are obviously with, you know, FC Karabag.
Mhm.
Um, they have an F1 track there too, which is a beautiful track in the city of Baku.
Mhm.
Um, and were they part of the former Soviet bloc?
You're better than your manager. They have to hire you. You make the best starter teams. I. These are some heady claims. 1 second, I'll be right back.
It's only 2-0, and he decides to go. Well, it's also the end of the game, so that means they finished first in the group, which is good.
I have returned. We had won 2-0 over Spain. We left it a little late, but we came through.
Win's a win's a
A
win.
13-year-old depressed kid. Okay, well, I mean, at least you're the greatest football manager of all time, right? You have that going for you. So put that on your resume, and they're sure to give you the job. You beat the Ukraine
Some
1-0.
team will give you
I
a
just
job.
won the I just won the World Cup with Ireland. Like that was a huge ask. So, there's that. They took 35 shots and you took 8. Nice win. Way to steal it. Way to FM them. All right. Although you might want to cut down on the number of shots against. Just a suggestion. Your goalkeeper got a
Thanks, Captain
9.2.
Obvious.
I bet he did. He get a clean sheet by stopping 35 shots. I'm pretty sure you should have more than a 9.2. I'm a little surprised he didn't have something higher. Although I know this game likes to rob goalkeepers of proper ratings. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just 3 days. Playing 5 defenders. I mean, that's good. That's great.
Hey, whatever you need to do to get the job done.
Playing more defenders doesn't necessarily cut down on the shots against. Having more possession tends to actually work for that. I play more midfielders when I want to cut back on the shots against. But, we've all got our different strategies and tactics, and that's the fun of the game. Casareka off the mark for Ireland. Oh, that was Casareka's first goal for the national team. All right.
It took him so long.
Well, he's a central defender. Come on. And I don't do as many corners with Ireland as I do with my club team. Play a 5-3-2.
I was gonna say.
Does your 5-3-2 look like this? That's what I use for the national team as well. It's a 5-3-2. For my club team, I have a different tactic, but for a while they had the same one when I was using the diamond on both of them. But then somebody said, the diamond is over OP. And I'm like, every tactic I make is OP. But I'm changing it anyways just to prove that to you. And I did. Actually, I think it was Grumperus. He's here today, so haha. I've changed my tactics and still had wonderful success, arguably more. Karabag bought every single player in our national team. 9 of the 11 players are playing there. Oh, well, that's good, right? Then at least they're developing together. So hopefully they'll have. Oh, it wasn't you. Hopefully they'll have some familiarity together. That's something that can work out really well. I mean, it comes with the high potential of working out good. So I have clenched.
As you've pointed out.
Yeah. Yes, I like to. Yeah, there's quite a few of my national team players are on my team. So when I look at the tactic, they have some green lines between them from having. Well, these guys aren't currently teammates, but they were. So they still have a green line between them. That's cool. That keeps it. Use a mod where there was a Soviet Champions League, but not the UEFA ones. Uh,
Hmm.
a database. Right, a mod. They got into the quarterfinals there. Okay, well, that sounds interesting. All right, so we're in. We have qualified, right? Yes, 100%. So I can just experiment against who am I playing? Croatia. Ooh. Well, I don't want to take it too easy here. Switzerland, winless, has been relegated. Uh, it's too bad they weren't playing France. They can beat them. Oh, yes, I'm going to high five myself right there. Okay. Yeah. This way. Zenit wins it all. Good for them. I'm going to go this way. It's Andrew Moran. Hey, thanks for that. Thank you for the follow. And it's an entirely backup 11 to play. Because everybody is that tired. Wait, should I play Josh Ryan? I'm going to stick with Josh Ryan. So backup 10, I suppose. Not going to lie, I kind of wish the national teams of Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia were still together. Yes, Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Yugoslavian national team is yes, absolutely. The Yugoslavian national team is probably a lot more fun. You get more players. More players is better. I have no idea how I'm going to upgrade U16s or 18s. Everyone sucks. Well, um, like the whole point of our save was to build a nation, and part of the build a nation was to get our youth rating up so that all of our new players would be better. The only reason I won the World Cup with Ireland is because this is largely a team of new gens that we helped raise up by raising our status in. Oh, everybody's an international. I have to play Larn at the same time. I forgot about this. Anyway, so you got to build a nation. You have to place a club team as well and build them up. That's how you do it. I always get third in World Cup qualifiers. That's still pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Grumpus. I agree. They should have more players to choose from, and it would raise the quality considerably. I have so few players to play in this next game. Oh gosh. Okay, I don't even have enough center backs to play this game. I'm playing a right back in the center.
Hello there.
Oh, more first-time chatters today. What's going on? That's okay. Welcome. I I don't know how to say that. I'm just gonna call you Seb. How's it going, Seb? 'Cause, save and move forward.
When I think Seb, I think Sebastian Vettel.
Uh-huh. It's 5
'Cause his
a.m. and you're
nickname
still
is
playing
Seb.
FM. Yeah, okay. I play late.
5 a.m.
in school.
That's out. That's in the Far East then.
It's very far east, yeah. I mean, you already literally told us what country he's in.
He did?
Yeah. Because he likes to play as his own
Argentina.
nation. Plays his own nation? What? It's not 5 a.m. in Argentina. No, Seb is from Argentina.
Oh, Seb's from. Oh, okay. I've been to Argentina. I'd love to go back.
Look at this guy. We get like 4 active chatters, and he's already lost track of who's who. That's okay.
I'm watching the football game. Leave me alone.
It's okay.
I got money on it.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're trying to play games here, people. I'm just kidding. You fucked up? No, you didn't fuck up. I find that any time that you spent that you enjoyed is never wasted. That's a fact. People say, playing video games is a waste of time. I've been playing 8 to 10 hours a day almost every day of my life since 1992, and I don't think it was a moment wasted. Take that.
You lost everything. Tomorrow is today.
Up is down, left is right. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, Croatia's winning. That's not a surprise, considering I put in a backup team.
It's 5 a.m.
Well, to me, it's not tomorrow until I've gone to sleep and wake up. Mm-hmm. That's how I measure it. I mean, I always go to sleep at 4 or 5 a.m. Like anywhere between 4 and 5 a.m. is when I go to bed every day.
Oh, is it a riddle you're trying to do? So, do I have school tomorrow or not?
Well, you have
I would
school when you
assume
wake
so.
up. Don't try to complicate yourself here. You have school when you wake up, as long as you wake up before school starts. It's that simple. If you don't wake up before school starts, then yeah, you have school tomorrow because you will have missed a day. That's why the one time I come into class and I was a little bit late, my teacher says, "You're late," and I said, "No, I'm early for tomorrow." See, check that out. And he thought that was really funny, so he let me off the hook that one time. But yeah, just roll with it. You're losing your mental health. I mean, welcome to planet Earth. That's kind of a theme here.
Wow.
What? It's the theme of planet Earth is to lose your mental health, isn't it? I mean, everybody's
you
holding on by a
imagine?
precarious thread pretty much all over the world right now.
Oh my gosh.
It's just an opinion. Don't worry, you don't have to take it. I sometimes may enjoy myself entirely more than I ought. Well, as long as I'm amused, has always been my theory. As long as I'm amused, I'm good. I'm gonna put Mahon out. Uh, Azerbaijan's really cursed. Are they? Are they? You're moving? Okay. I recommend Canada. It's really nice here. uh, I'm moving. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to wait a while before you're able to do that, based on the
Aren't
information you
I on the
provided.
list of people to move to Canada as well? Haven't you told me to come up there?
I mean, yeah, but I meant it when I said it to you. When I say it to other people, I don't actually expect them to do it. It's like, and what would they do? They'd show up here, and I'd be like, "Oh, you moved here. I don't even know you. That's cool."
Where in Canada can we go though?
I maximum can go to
Is it?
American Samoa. I'm a Russian citizen. Oh, all right. Well, got that to deal with, I guess. That's a bridge to cross. It won't be bad forever.
Wait, will American Samoa let you in with a Russian passport in this day and age?
I'm saying maximum. I don't know. I don't think Russians are on no fly for pretty much everywhere right now, unless you're in like a professional sports league. But you can't.
Because yeah,
But you can't
American
speak
Samoa
Russian.
is a U.S. territory.
Yeah. But you can't speak Russian. That's interesting. Hold on. My Irish game ended, and what was the final score? Holy cow, man! I'm now in my St. Pat's game.
I'll look for you.
Sorry,
Hold on.
I lost track of that. I think I lost.
Let me look. Hold on a
You
second.
lost your mental health.
Nations League.
Don't worry, you didn't really need it to begin with. It's overrated.
Latest scores.
You hardly understand English at all, and you're with a translator. I mean, did you just type all of that, or do you use a translator to type all of that? And can you understand what I'm asking you? I feel like you're good at English if all of those things are a yes.
You drew 1-1.
I drew. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay, thank you.
No
I
problem.
know I made my substitutions, but I got really dragged into the conversation because this is probably one of the more entertaining conversational periods that we've had in a while. So I am winning against Larn 2-1 only, though. I have a bunch of under 19s that I never would have considered playing if it wasn't for my lack of able bodies. I think I even have a grayed out goalkeeper on my bench.
You may.
I may? Is that permission? Yes, I have a grayed out goalkeeper on my bench. Sometimes you just got to throw bodies at the problem. Yeah, Zap Brannigan's theory. Wave after wave of men. Absolutely. I don't know if you've ever watched Futurama. You're going to sleep? Have a good sleep. Enjoy your sleep. Sleep is good for you. I'm dying. I mean, we all are. It's sad. But have your good sleep anyways, and then you'll die a little less quickly. Sleep is regenerative. It makes you feel better.
Yep. Although I can't sleep for too long tonight because I have to study for an exam on Wednesday.
6 hours of FM sucks? I disagree. 6 hours of FM is what I'm getting warmed up some nights.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Have a good one. Sleep well. School sucks. Now, there's something we can all agree on. Absolutely no doubt about that. Tomorrow you're going to a ravioli festival? Oh, I want to go.
How's that Argentinian team doing? That came out of nowhere. I have to find them now.
I love ravioli. 20 variants from chefs. Next time I see you'll be a little heavier. No kidding. I love ravioli. When we were in France, I had like a mission to find the best possible ravioli I could.
They are in
See ya.
second place.
It's tortellini? Okay, tortellini's not quite the same. I love tortellini as well, but ravioli is better than tortellini, in my opinion. But I mean, they're very, very similar, so it's like splitting hairs, right? I get that. Oh, well, which substitutions should I make out of these? Like, it doesn't really matter, does it? These are just all random players I'm swapping around. Oh, you think of Chinese ravioli? But Chinese don't have ravioli. Well, they don't call it ravioli. You think you're thinking of, what are you thinking of? Wontons? No, not wontons. Pot stickers? Pot stickers. That's like Chinese ravioli. Not the same thing. Well, Rooney, because all of my players are on national team duty, and they threw this stupid cup at me, and I've got like under 19s playing, so I've got a grayed out goalkeeper on the bench and everything. It's pretty awful. It doesn't matter. It's the All Ireland Cup or whatever, and I'm still winning it, so it doesn't really matter.
Just wait until he shows you his first team.
Yeah, if I show you my first team, it's a little bit different than this one.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Try a lot of it.
A lot of it. Yeah, these are under 19. Some of these guys are guys I never would have ever played if it wasn't for the fact that the majority of my team is on international duty right now. Still won 4-1. I mean, I'm disappointed we got scored on, but that sounds sexual. I mean, it could have been. Maybe it was a double entendre. You don't know. Might have been on purpose. If it's funny, then it was. If it isn't, then it wasn't. Yeah, 3 players made their professional debut there. Ireland happy with performance. They better be. We finished first in our group.
You should become the next Irish president.
Or
prime minister, whatever they use.
Whatever they use. Do you use a president? You use a prime minister?
Well,
what a funny way to say that.
Some countries use a president, others use a prime minister.
It's such an American thing to say.
Others
you
use
a president. They don't use them. They have one. They don't use them. That's terrible.
They use their political pawns.
That's such a weird question. Do you use a president? It's like, not frequently, but when he comes around, sometimes.
Whatever you have.
Hold on. What I just said sounded sexual as well. And now Grumpers just said, fuck me. This whole thing's going downhill in a handbasket quickly. Played Rapture with a Classic HS. Ooh. Classic HS? I don't know what that is. And in 10 matches, I have drawn my ramp cards 1 time. You're speaking a foreign language to me right now. I'm classic. Oh, Hearthstone. I see. Okay. I have no idea about Hearthstone. I don't know much about it. I've heard a little bit about it, but yeah. Get wild growth faster. That also sounds like, okay, this is... Now you've just put my mind in the gutter, and it's your fault. This motherfucker just played an 8-8 on turn 3. That motherfucker. I am so outraged. Was that convincing, even remotely? No, I don't know anything about it. I know nothing about it, so...
Fortaleza are relegated.
It's just weird. Somebody's talking about Hearthstone like I should just know what he's talking about. Yeah. I've heard of it. I have heard of it. I looked at it once. And somebody's like, "Yeah, it's a really fun card game. A bunch of kids get out there and play it for free." And I was like, "No, I'm not interested in that." Plus, you have to have what's it called? Gosh darn it! What's the platform you have to have to play that? I have it. I do.
Or what?
Hearthstone. It's not on Steam. It's goddamn friggin'
PC,
Battle.net.
iPad.
Battle.net. That's what it is. Battle.net. It's like its own kind of Steam launcher thingy, but it's for stuff like Warcraft and yeah. I have a bunch of games on it, but I hardly ever play them because they're not on Steam. Honestly, I'm just like a slave to my Steam numbers. I'm like, I need my hours to be pumped up. If I play on any other platform, it won't give me more hours. Therefore, I have lost interest in it. It doesn't exist in my mind.
Of course. Foos, Wonder Kid, an 8.0 against Venezuela.
8.0?
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
He's getting better.
I forgot to apply to national teams after the World Cup.
Oh, did any of them open up? We don't know, do we?
No, none opened up. The one that's closest to opening up is the Czech Republic, and I,
No.
to be honest, don't really want to manage there.
Well, I mean, so if nobody was fired, how could you have applied to teams anyway?
I don't know if there were spots open.
There might have been before now. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Senior Challenge Cup final against Sligo Rovers. It's just not the same. It's just not the same as playing against you.
Oh well. Crimea River.
Okay. The whole river? It's going to take a while.
It'll probably freeze up where you are, too. Maybe not yet.
Manchester United wants to buy Mahon. That's not happening. Nope, not ever. Go away. Lockery should be dropped by Ireland? I'm pretty sure that's up to me. I decide how many games he plays at the club level, and I decide who gets called up to the national team. And believe me when I tell you, he is the best backup wingback we have.
Are there any cases where managers are both manage a club and a country?
It's actually not allowed.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the weirdest things in Football Manager. Some countries don't allow it. I shouldn't say it's not allowed, period. I should say that some countries, how do I put it? It's not so much not allowed as they just will not hire you if you also manage a club.
Okay.
They make you choose between one and the other. I mean, there have been the rare cases in history where there's been somebody who did both, and that's why it's in the game, because there's no like actual rule against it. But, I mean, if you think about it, if you are the head of a footballing nation and you want a good manager, do you want them to be split between a club and the nation? No.
No.
Exactly. So they just don't allow it. When I say it's not allowed, what I mean to say is they don't allow it. So, not the same thing, I understand. But yeah, there's very few instances of it having happened in history. You're absolutely right, Grumpus. It used to make more sense when there was less national team matches. And honestly, there was less club team matches. There wasn't 2001 different cups. There wasn't as many matches in general, overall. So yeah, no, it's at the point now where I'm pretty sure you'll never see a top nation ever hire a manager that also has a club team.
Okay.
I don't think it'll happen again ever in history, but we'll see. What I think doesn't really matter because reality tends to get in the way of that. You know, I remember when they were like announcing that a reality show star was going to be running for president. I'm like, there's no fucking way they're going to let him run. And he not only ran, he won.
He won.
It's a goddamn punchline. So
and he might be running again.
No, they won't let him run again.
Yes, they will.
I can't imagine that his party will allow him to run again.
You should be surprised how big his following is.
It's
still
okay.
down here.
I was surprised the first time around, so yeah. But I mean, even legally, will he be allowed to run? That's a whole nother.
Yes, legally you're allowed to. Yes.
No, but if he's in prison, he can't.
Oh well.
If he has a criminal record, he can't, and he may end up having one soon.
Okay. Only if you become a felon, which obviously in his case
He would.
most likely be the case. But if he doesn't get charges against him, he's more than willing. He's allowed to run again.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
So
if he wins again, I can't fathom how the world is going to take that. God, the world is stupid. That's why I was saying everybody in the world's losing their mental health. This is just another good example.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Trump for president 2024. God, I hope not. That would be just painful. Painful is the only word I can think of.
Well, we didn't think it was going to happen in 2016.
No,
so.
every time I watch him, all I can think is, man, it should hurt to be that stupid. That's all I can ever think. He's not going to improve in the future. Okay, so Larkin is as good now as he's going to be. But that's okay. He's pretty friggin' great, so I'm okay with that.
All right, so am I going to lose Vickers Carrington?
Oh, well, that's an inevitability.
What's a sensible future fee?
Any for Vickers Carrington? Okay, so he's on the English national first team now. He's a star. Like I would go with like superstar player. The guy's got to be worth $100 million. Like he's a $100 million player. What's his value for you? Got to be around $100 million, right?
111 to 160.
So if you get $100 million or even $111 million, that's around what he's worth. He is that good.
Let's see. So I'm gonna lose him and Kaput. So what I'm gonna try and do is just find backups.
Well, Chaput's not that big of a loss. He's 24 already, and he didn't develop much because he rotated. Like I told you when you got him, I'm like, wow, if that guy plays most of your games, he's gonna be a star, like a bona fide star. But if anything, and I hate to say it, whatever team loaned him to you is gonna be mad because he didn't develop very much at the time he was with you. He's on my short list, or was anyway. And I was watching him because I thought, he could end up being a really genuinely great player, but he didn't play enough for you to really develop into that player. He's only got one more year of solid development left, and he played 33 games. I'm not saying that's not much. I'm just saying like if he had star player status and played most of it, I think he could have been even better than he is, and he's already pretty good. I'm saying his potential is a lot higher than his current ability.
Okay. Let's put Berger in for today's game.
Berger.
Instead.
Berger. Chaput's not a big loss. You got enough strikers. It won't be a problem.
Yeah, but I'm going to need somebody.
Just play Brouwer almost every game, and he'll turn into a superstar.
Yeah, you're probably right on that.
He's got one of your highest potential ratings that I could think of. So, I mean, he's on par with Chaput's potential, and is 4 years younger.
Can you play on the left?
Plus, I mean, you paid your record fee for him, so he should be playing.
So, yeah, it's like, fucking play the guy. Carrington. Jeffrich. Okay, I guess this is the team that we're going with.
It's going to help you so much to have that the team planner next season.
Well, yeah.
Have you looked at it position by position? It's like the only good feature added.
I saw screenshots. I saw that 45-minute video on closed YouTube.
Oh, why did you watch all that?
It's 45 minutes.
There isn't 45 minutes worth of features added to the game. I don't understand that one.
Guess what? I just did my tactic, my squad, and nothing saved yet again. I don't know what's with this.
have nothing to say to that.
At least I know my team well enough.
Let's play something a little bit different. What's coming this year's FM feature-wise? Fuck all. Same as the last few years. They took a bunch of things that already exist and smashed it into one screen. So, oh, you actually want me to go into detail about this? Oh God. Okay, so they're going to add a squad planner. This is actually based on one of my suggestions, but they didn't implement it quite the way I'd hoped. But it's still nice. So squad planner is literally you can go onto a screen and it's going to show you your depth chart. You can already look at a depth chart, so it's not far away from being a feature that already exists. Like, where is your stupid depth charts? Eh,
Uh, it's squad team depth chart.
Squad depth right here. So it's basically this, but with more details. Like you're going to be able to look at squad status, expected playing time, and be able to move them up and down based on how you would like to distribute their playing time. You could also add players from your shortlist to it. So you can look at what your depth chart might look like if you buy a specific player. And you can plan it as many as, I think, 3 seasons ahead or something. Can't.
Yeah, 3 seasons is what I saw.
Can't or won't verify is where I'm at with that. Because, I'm not sure what they're going to do in the final run. So, yeah. And it's basically just this with more detail. That's the biggest cool feature. Everything else is just crap that was already in the game smashed onto one screen. Or here's the one that really gets me. They're like, oh, all of these official licenses have been added to the game.
Oh, please don't get me started with them. Don't get me started.
And that's a feature.
Like, I understand that it's nice to have the official license, but like literally day 2, everybody gets like real competition names and real team names, and they get rid of the German thing, they get rid of the Brazilian thing. Like, it's like, congrats, we get the real names of the Champions League, and we get to use their actual trophy and logo. Like,
It's like
I don't know.
things that are already in the game. So basically, that's not adding a feature. That's just creating less work because now they don't have to make fake files for those things. Because like all those things are already in the game, but they make files to fake them that overwrite that data to make it fake in the game. Now they just don't have to make those files. So if anything, they haven't added a damn thing. They're just going to have to do less work, and that's a feature. You advocate piracy. I can't advocate it, and I won't advocate it. I'm not saying I'm getting mad about it. That's a silly thing. That's would be a really ridiculous thing to get mad about. They're not just lazy. They're just straight up. Here's the problem. Okay, I can tell you exactly from a more neutral position why Football Manager hasn't had any big improvements. Because the fact of the matter is, it's an annual game. And what they need to do at this point, like the game engine and the database and everything is bloated. It's full. It's as big as it's going to get. So adding things is a matter of reshuffling things, taking things out to make more space, if you will, in it. The game engine itself in order to add things. And the only way that this is going to change is if they were to make a new game engine. And I mean, maybe they have somebody working on one for down the line that they may implement the current data into. I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't heard about such a thing, but that's also not my job there. So without adding a new game engine, there's no way to add much to this already bloated game engine. It's not the match engine, the game engine itself. So really, we're at a point where if they might need a year or two off in order to make the game significantly better, and they won't do that. Right, the lack of competition is part of it, and you're right about that. And I mean, I don't think anybody can deny that. The fact that there's nobody to push them to do more or do better is a huge factor. Yeah, but
Not even that. There's nobody. There's like We Are Football was one half chance at it, and they completely botched it.
yeah. How was it a half chance at it? It was just hyped up. It was never going to be a true competitor with what they put in that game. It was never in any danger of supplanting Football Manager. They just hyped it up to be a competitor, and it's not.
Yeah.
they no man skied that advertising. That's although to the credit of No Man's Sky, they did end up turning that game into a very good game. But that's a good example of advertising taking over the actual final product, because that game was nothing near what they advertised it was. And We Are Football is a similar scenario. But even if they wanted to, let's say that there was a competitor and they had to do more, the current game engine will not allow for major new features. It just won't. And that's a reality. So unless they're willing to take some time off, which I doubt because they need their annual money, or they have people on the sidelines making a new game engine that they're eventually going to switch over to, Football Manager's stuck in a rut, and it will be for a good long time.
Can we talk about Sporting Portugal right now has a minus 23 goal differential in the Champions League in this game? I'm sorry. Minus 23.
That's crazy.
A Portuguese team.
Yes, Grumpers. Usually that's what they do. They work with, and for all I know, they are. Like, for all we know, right now there is a new game engine being worked on for Football Manager. I don't know. That's not my department, so that's not something I would potentially hear about. But there isn't even a rumor of such a thing. So who knows? Maybe they're going to be like, "Hey, guess what, guys? Next year, FM24, new game engine entirely. So we have more room to add new features." And that would be like mind blowing to me. Like, finally, we can add some significant progress to this game. Yeah. But you want to talk about adding features, and all you have to do is use the current database and game engine. I mean, I have tons of suggestions that just keep falling on deaf ears. Like take FIFA Manager. Don't know if you know it, but you should. If you don't, then download FIFA Manager 14. It's still available. Piracy is not encouraged, but it's usually the way to get it. And then you can get a fan patch to play the current season. So you can still play FIFA Manager right now, and it's a very, very, very good game. It's legitimately as good as Football Manager in a lot of ways, better in some, worse in others. But in that particular game, you can start youth academies all over the world. Like, I could pick a city in France and say, I'm starting a youth academy here, and I'm going to fund it, and I decide how much funding I want to put into it, and what kind of education I want to put into it. And I can control what position the players that come in there are, and what they train, and who they're mentored by. And those young players eventually come through my youth academy. And like the depth of being able to control your youth academies in that game is mind-blowing. And it would not be hard to implement in Football Manager if they really wanted to. They could actually do it with minimal effort and not having to bloat the game engine. But it would be work. So.
But it would be work.
It would. It would be a significant amount of work, and there's no denying that. And what's your marking tackling? 11, 12.
All right, we lost 1-0.
14, 13. You lost. Whoa! Wait.
We're playing Bayern. We're playing Bayern.
Oh, that's okay then. I forget.
And Barcelona was up 8-0 on Sporting.
Yeah, their goal differential kind of told me they were having a rough go of things. They're probably a team that qualified and then had a fire sale.
It's possible.
Yeah. It's just bad for them.
Oh, you want to know why?
Of course I do.
Oh, never mind.
I never do.
I thought they only had one player.
You want to know why? Yes, I do. Never mind. I never do.
They have a 16-year-old goalkeeper in because Zach Steffen is injured.
Ha! That's funny. They don't have a backup keeper. Some teams are so silly like that, Jacob.
It's also on view only, so.
True. So they probably don't have the ability to sign too many players, if any. Well, no, they would have the ability to sign some players, just not many. What is your marking tackling? 9 and 5. Oh my God! Why, you don't know how to tackle at all, dude? Guess I have to put in Jean Ruiz.
City 1, Man United 1, Leverkusen 1, Real Madrid 1. Juventus won 5-0 against Hibs.
Uh-huh.
PSG beat Ajax 5-0.
I'm about to beat
Yeah,
Karabag, but
3-0.
not by as much as I'd hoped I would.
Yeah.
It's only 3-0. Oh, sorry, 4-0. It's only 4-0 right now. I expected to beat them by a lot more than this, but they're keeping it close. Good for them. Wow, how do you say this guy's name? I think it's Ilyev, but that is that even a letter? It's an upside down E.
Where is he?
It's the goalkeeper.
Oh, okay. So let me go like this.
Yeah, look at Karabag and tell me what letter that is. It's the letter upside down small e, but
It's
enlarged.
Cyrillic?
I don't know. I haven't the slightest idea. I'm guessing that just means it's a letter that can't be translated into English.
No, there's a couple of players with that letter.
No, nobody else that's playing has that. At least not in their last name. Or
In their first name, they do.
in their displayed name, even. Okay, well, that's new. I had never encountered that before.
I want to say Cyrillic, but I don't know what.
Hard to say.
Letter system they use.
Uh-huh. Or lack thereof. What? Oh, gee. Okay, so now, as soon as I complained that we weren't scoring as much as I'd hoped in this game, we just opened the floodgates.
Well, that's good.
It is. It is. 7-0 is the final. I guess they just lost any hope of catching up and gave up. I'm okay with that. There, we went undefeated in our group. That was a Champions League game, yes. No, Grumpers. We moved Karabag to Ireland. Ha ha ha!
I mean, I can do that.
Oh. With the pregame editor? Yeah, I mean, but that would be we can't do it mid-game. There wouldn't have been a way.
We were knocked out of the Champions League once and for all.
Okay, so you are going for third.
We are third. Sporting has not won a single game. They're 0 points.
Oh, so you've clinched third.
We're on 6. Yeah, and I got legend status. There we go.
You got legend status for finishing third. That
No. In fact, the achievement legend to win Manager of the Year 5 times.
Oh, motherfucker! You won Manager of the Year again. Well, I got Irish Premier Division Young Player of the Year was Pisano, followed by Rundstrom and Girardello. Best goalkeeper, Larkin. Top goal scorer was Jorge. That disappoints me, but whatever. Irish Premier Division Player of the Year, Pisano, followed by Rundstrom.
He can trigger his extension clause. If I trigger an extension clause, teams will generally not be interested in anymore, right?
It fights them off because it adds another year onto his contract, which makes him less likely to move. But yeah.
What about when it adds 3 years on?
They are really less likely to come after a player that adds 3 more years. Yeah.
Guess what?
That thing you said.
Berger is getting a 3-year contract extension.
Berger.
So hopefully, let's see how many teams are interested in him right now. There are 7 teams interested in him.
You want a burger? I want ravioli, and it's your fault.
You know what? I'm nicknaming him Burger, okay?
Burger. Who are you nicknaming Burger?
The German guy that I spent like 100 million on that I
Oh,
don't
Brower.
Brower.
His name's Burger now. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's your player. You call him what you want. Just don't call him late for dinner. It's the oldest, stupidest joke in pretty much history. See new
Wow, my
challenge.
under-19s team qualified for the knockout stages.
Ah, good. Now they can be knocked out.
Yeah.
Hence the name of the stages.
So now, anybody interested? Still interested. You gotta hit the release clause, people. Simply put. Hit the release clause.
He's not wrong, folks. That's the whole point of a release clause, though, is to tell your players, look, you're not going anywhere because we set this agreement, and when you signed the contract, you were excited to do so. You know? It's like, what was that movie with Mr. Deeds? When it's, when he inherits the New York Jets and his player comes in and he says, I want more money because I've been playing better. He's like, well, if I play you worse, do I get to pay you less? He's like, no. He's like, well, that doesn't seem like a very fair exchange. Pretty funny.
25, 23.
Okay, what are we doing here? King signs new deal. Under 19 staff.
All right. So I missed out on $150 today.
Oh, by how much and why and who? And it's tragic.
It's an NFL pick'em pool. So basically, we try to pick all the correct games or the winners of each game of the NFL week.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not a
The
touchdown.
same one that you won somebody on before.
Yes. Yes. So I was first going into tonight's Monday Night Football game.
Oh!
And there were 3 people that were a point behind me.
Oh, jeez.
And 2 of those people picked the other team that I did not pick. And the other team is winning. And they both own the tiebreaker, so.
Boo!
We'll see.
Sorry to hear that.
That's fine.
At least you're doing well, though. Like, you're still near the top all the time. I must be doing
I'm
well
still
for the
in first.
overall standings.
Yeah, I'm still in first for the overall standings, no matter what happens tonight.
And what's the final prize if you finish first at the end?
$306.
So you can win 150. You
$209.
can win 150 weekly, or 300
Yes.
overall. I mean, I thought.
Yes.
I just expected the overall prize to be a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, it's not as big as I thought, but I mean, I already won the first week, and the entry fee was only $60, so I made my money back already.
There's got to be a lot of people in it if they're paying out that much.
We have 51 in it.
51 people,
So.
$60 each. That's a bundle of money, and then they pay out 150 a week plus 300 at the end. And you've already won 150 once, and are in a good position to win the 300 at the end, although it's a long way to go.
Oh yeah, it's a very long way to go.
But still, that's exciting.
Yep, chop away at it each week. Slow and steady wins the race.
And how are you deciding what teams to pick?
Huh?
How are you deciding your picks?
So there's a guy. So you know how I do bets here and there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy whose service that I pay for who does predictions and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
And so I'm basically going off of his predictions.
Couldn't do your own?
More often than not.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I could not do my own. I'd be in last place. I tried it 2 years in a row.
Just use analytics, dude. It's not that hard.
Football's not my favorite sport. I could do it with soccer.
It's not my favorite sport either, and I'm sure using analytics, I could at least be one of the top people in almost any pool. I could do it for almost any sport that, it made sense. So cricket's out. But, I'm sure like baseball, basketball, North American football, European football, hockey, definitely. I mean, I win almost every hockey pool I enter. That's just not fair. Like I just look at certain things. Okay, so here's my ace in the hole for hockey pools. If you're going to, if it's based on picking players, et cetera, the first thing I do every season is I try to obviously predict who I think the top 5 scorers are going to be. Okay. If you're picking first overall, you pick McDavid. You're not really thinking much about that past that. I mean, that's just a given. He's the first overall. But you can win a pool without him easily, and I have done so. I've never picked first overall. after I figure out who my first couple rounds are going to be, those are going to be my top scoring players. What I want to do is I want to know who is the best power play teams in the league.
Which makes sense because then there'll be.
And then I think, who is the quarterback of those power plays? Which defensemen quarterback their power plays? And then what I want to do is I want to take all of the star players that you already know about out of the mix. Okay? So, like, 3 years ago is a good example. I was like, the New York Rangers had the third best power play in the league, and their top defenseman left. I'm like, who's going to be quarterbacking the third best power play in the league? And I looked at it, Josh Fox. Nobody had heard of this kid. You know who he is now, though, don't you?
Yeah.
But I got him in the 9th round. You know, because nobody had heard of him. People just tend to pick names, big names. And I'm like, no, man. I win my hockey pools based on the guys I pick from the 6th round on. You know, the rounds before those are easy.
Yeah, because everybody's going to get a star player at that point in the beginning rounds.
And even once it gets to the late rounds, they're picking big names. They're picking, you know, name brand players rather than who's going to be in a certain position. And most hockey pools have their drafts while training camps are happening. And if you're paying attention to training camps, you know who's been cut. You know who's been playing top line minutes if you take the time to read it. You know, that year they said they showed it. The Rangers quarterback for their power plays was going to be Fox. And now he's a bona fide player. Here's a good one. You know, so it was 5 years ago, and I needed to pick a goalie, and that's when what's his name? Gosh darn it,
For which
Washington at the time, and he was just on Colorado. He just won the cup with Colorado.
It starts with a G, I think.
Anyway, I said he's gonna have the most wins that season, because you know the team was healthy, the defense was in front of him was really really good, and I said he's gonna lead the league in wins, and he did. But that wasn't what the story was. Then he signed with Colorado, and Colorado had just finished outside of the playoffs. But they changed their coaching staff, and they hired a coach who 2 seasons prior. No.
Good.
They changed their coaching staff in Colorado. They hired a coach who a couple seasons earlier had coached the 5th best power play. Okay, so I was like, okay, they have McKinnon. You know, they have some great forwards to work with. So that was another year when I said, oh, I'm going to take whoever's quarterbacking the power play in Colorado, and that's when I picked that rookie Cale Makar. It's like, and nobody had heard of him.
And you did pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. So, especially in keeper leagues, I absolutely destroy people doing that because I get them every year after that too.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, drafting players that nobody else even thought of taking. They're like, I took Cale Makar in the 4th round. 4th round.
Wow.
And these guys are like, really? No, what? Who even is this guy? And I'm like, you'll see. And they see now, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Pretty much the best defenseman in the league now. And these at the time, those guys were drafting Brent Burns, and I'm like, he's lost a step. He's done. And I was right. Brent Burns was done. You know, I traded Erik Karlsson at the end of the season that he scored 90 points. At the end of the season, he scored 90 points. I traded Erik Karlsson. And they're just like, you're mad. He's the best defenseman in the league. And I'm like, you'll see. He's done. He's capped out. And he hasn't scored over 50 points since.
Wow. Damn, that's pretty good.
I mean, he went to a team, unfortunately, like he left the Sharks. He went to Ottawa. And I'm just like, he's not going to get power play points there. You know, their team sucks. It was the other way around. Ottawa to San Jose. And San Jose did not have a good power play. Plus, he was splitting minutes with Burns. So I'm like, no, Karlsson's never going to hit that plateau again, ever, you know? So, yeah, no, when it comes to hockey pools, I don't think I've ever not won money in one. I usually finish first. Not always. I mean, I finished second and third in a couple, but I always make at least as much money as I put into them, and that's why I try to enter, at least 3 or 4 of them a year. And it's fun.
Excuse me. Which makes sense, especially if you can become profitable from it.
Well, I don't want to become a gambling aholic, so I don't enter the ones that are worth thousands of dollars because you have to.
Oh no, neither do I.
I'm not putting no $2,000 in to test my theory. I feel like I could probably do well, but I don't usually have $2,000 lying around with which to test my theories.
Yeah, I don't understand how people can put those huge bets down and stuff. It's scary.
Yeah, I mean, even if I had confidence I could do well in those pools, and I do, it's a matter of also having that kind of money just sitting around and being confident enough you're going to make it back. And that's like,
Or willing to lose it.
So my cap for a pool is $200.
Okay.
Yeah. World Footballer of the Year shortlist announced. Okay, sort by average rating. Some people are addicted to the adrenaline. Don't get me wrong, I am. That's why I enter a ton of hockey pools every year. Although the crappy thing is amongst my friends or people that I am social with, the unfortunate thing is I have been asked not to enter certain pools anymore. Like the one hockey pool I used to enter with my friend Mike that he ran, when I started, it had 14 members. The second season, we actually had 16 members, but then people started dropping out.
Because you were too good?
Yeah, they're just like, he's just going to win anyway. What's the point? So people stopped entering. In our final season, we only had 7 people. And they wouldn't enter if I entered. So Mike asked me not to enter, and then he had 16 people again.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, damn. So I can't play in that.
Tell them to get better.
Nobody wants to hear that shit. Like the one guy chose McDavid, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to win the pool," and then he proceeded to pick some of the most perplexingly stupid players ever. And he was a Maple Leafs fan, so we started picking a bunch of Maple Leafs, and I'm like, "Well, there's some good players on the Leafs, but honestly, they're not that good."
See, once I know you're a fan of a team in a league, I will use that against you.
Right? I'm a Devils fan. There's no fucking way I'm picking any New Jersey Devils for a hockey pool. I mean, I might now actually because they're getting better. It depends what round and what player it is.
You said that they're going to make the playoffs this year.
That's your hot take. This year, the Devils are making the playoffs. I'm saying it. They're gonna.
That's your hot take.
Yeah.
And who knows? Who knows? It'll be an interesting season. I'll say that.
Oh hell yeah! I'm excited. What is this? Okay, I don't know. What was my interview for just now? I just had a press conference. Oh, for the Euro Champion quarterfinals. Who did I draw in the quarterfinals?
You sure it wasn't the Nations League?
That's what I said.
Because we still have a game left.
Euro Championship quarterfinals. No, this is the European Championship qualifying. So my division, I have Finland, Latvia, Russia, and Sweden.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm in Group E.
That's not too bad.
It's easy, if I'm being quite honest. What team is going to give us a hard time? Sweden. Sweden's who we played in the final. What? I'm playing against the team I played in the final for the World Cup in my freaking group. Sweden's going to be tough because they have Rundstrom. Let's take a look at Russia. Well, why do these guys have... Sorry. Russia's not bad. Unfortunately, I had their freaking overalls on the screen and I didn't mean to. Latvia's terrible. They don't even have real players. And Finland... it's hard to say. I don't have any reading on Finland. They are not the worst team, but they're not the best team. We're going to cakewalk that one. I think Sweden's our biggest worry.
And is the top 2 teams make it in, or
it looks like just the top 1 plus probably some extras.
Let's see, World Cup qualifiers.
So International League, I play Italy in the semifinal.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it's semifinal. There's only 4 teams.
Yep. You, Italy, and 2 more.
That's not.
It's the winners of each of the groups that go into the semis.
So England, Italy, Portugal, and England. Is that funny? This game is so biased. Holy crap, this game is funny. I wonder what country they make Football Manager in. It's just
You are coming
that's
over,
great.
right?
Unbelievable.
Don't want to hit my computer.
Smack it around. Show it.
No, it's
show it
gonna
who's
break
boss.
even more.
Yeah, no, I know. We don't want that happening. I instantly regretted giving away my old gaming laptop after I heard about that. Not this tonight, but I mean a while back when you're like, "Oh, I needed a new laptop," and I was just like, "Ugh." I gave away one of my gaming laptops. I should have sent it to you.
Oh, it's okay.
That's well.
I'll live.
It is what it is. Okay, so I'm playing Learn. Then I play Rangers in a week. That's a whole week away. Still, though, I'm going to play Rundstrom. I want to play Grayson. I would like to play Guthrie. And Ruiz. Good enough for me. Those are the... Wait, I'll also play Furtado. I'm back. I just got... What did you get for lunch? What's for lunch? Tortellini? Well, we'll know in a minute, won't we? Cup of tea and some homemade sausage rolls? That's more of a snack than a lunch, one would think, but I mean, whatever qualifies.
Okay. So it's 17-9 right now. It's an 8-point game with 9.5 minutes left in the game. I want to say it's far from over, but LA has had no offense whatsoever.
You already said that you conceded this week.
I know.
So there you go. It's done.
I know.
So stop worrying about it.
Okay.
Anything that happens from this point forward is a bonus. Yeah, Fallout 76 is free today. Isn't that weird? I grabbed it too. I was like, I don't know, it's free. There's a lot of really good free games on Prime if you pay attention. Free shit's the best shit. I agree. Free is my favorite 4-letter F word. You know what my second favorite one is?
I'm not gonna say it.
Food.
Asshole.
I love free food. Also like a free fuck, don't get me wrong, but free food is the best.
I'm gonna skip watching this football.
I'm breaking his brain again. 3 shots on goal, 3 goals. Good job, Pats.
It is okay. LA's got the ball back. Anything you said is a bonus.
Yeah, I know.
San Francisco just missed a field goal.
Did they? Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? They're going to be playing some Champions League on their Amazon Prime now. What did I reckon of the Manchester Derby? Some people are like, Haaland isn't going to be that good this year. I'm like, are you crazy? You're going to take the greatest goal scorer on the planet and pair him up with De Bruyne. Of course he's going to be good. And yeah, he absolutely demolished them. He's a wrecking ball. He's already breaking records.
He already broke the record for fastest time to 3 hat tricks.
Fastest time to 3 hat tricks, 8 games. The next closest was 26.
Don't short him.
What? It was 8.
I swear it was 7.
It's 8.
They've only played 7 games.
It's 8. He's played. No, they're not just league games. Oh no, I guess they played more than that.
No, it was Premier League. It was the Premier League.
It's 8.
All right, shut up.
You looked it up. It's
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I know how many. Yeah. It's weird. I'm not
Did he
even a City
play one
fan,
of the
but
games?
I
Did he not play?
sorry.
I'm looking it up now. Twitter, I go.
You've never watched an NFL game. I mean, I hate to say it, but you're kind of missing out. NFL is actually a really top sport. It's good. North American football is pretty hardcore, actually.
But he has AFL though, doesn't he? He is the AFL, so I mean, it's understandable.
NFL is good, and the NFL is quite good.
Yeah.
You don't like American football? I mean, okay.
But how can you like something if you've never?
Well,
watched
hold on.
it?
It's two different people, Jacob. You're not following the conversation.
I'm on Twitter right now. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'd like rugby more if I had to watch one. I agree. You know, but you don't have to just watch one. That's the great thing about it. I agree. Rugby is better, but that doesn't mean that you can only watch one. You're allowed to watch more than one thing. I know that seems just crazy as a theory, but you know, as a concept, the ability to watch more than one thing and enjoy them both is maddening. I mean, nothing is better than hockey. Nothing. To me, it's the greatest game ever. You know, they're the gigantic, gargantuan people throwing themselves at one another, you know, lightning fast. It's the fastest sport in the world that doesn't involve a car. And even then, who's the real athlete in those scenarios? I argue it's the car. But, you know, I understand not everybody feels that way. Still, I realize driving actually does take a lot of physical coordination. But anyway, hockey is crazy. Like, these guys are on knives. On ice, and they're just, man, conceptually, hockey is just the craziest, most ridiculously awesome sport ever invented. Just bar none. Where am I from? Oh, Drop Bear. Drop Bear is in Australia. He really wanted me to play Rundstrom as a defender. Wow. He can do it. I just don't think I should. I should have put Ivich on the bench, but I didn't. Oh, that should be a red card for Lauren. Yeah, it is. Finally got them frustrated. I mean, that happens when you can't get a hold of the ball. You start pushing people over. It's a great way to get to the ball. Unfortunately, it's a good way to leave the game early, too. I cannot wait. I get to go get a haircut tomorrow. Or wait, it's tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. I get to go get a haircut. I know it's a weird thing to be excited for, but I've put it off too long.
You and me both.
It's not 10-0. Okay. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. 7's good. It's 11-1 on aggregate. Does that help?
Pick 6. Wow, this game's over.
You haven't gone for a haircut in a while, Jacob? Oh, you know, it's understandable.
No, I got mine on last week. But it was like 4 months, something like that.
That's quite a long time, actually.
Yeah.
In 4 months, my hair would be like down to my chin. It's crazy. It's nuts like that. You have to book an appointment too. Well, I'm glad I reminded you. It's the kind of conversations we need to have around here. It's more serious discussions about getting haircuts. Because I mean, that's why we come on Twitch, isn't it? Is to talk about real life things. Oh wait, the opposite of that. It's video games. We do this to forget real life. All right. Well, I'm doing this wrong. uh, it isn't fun with long hair under a cricket helmet. No, it wouldn't be. All right. Well, I won this cup that nobody cares about again. The All Ireland Cup belongs to us. Like pretty
As
much
usual.
perpetually. How many times in a row have we won this silly thing?
10, 11. How many years have we played it?
Every year that we've played, right? Because it was only introduced the year before we started playing this, and Dundalk won the first one in real life.
That's right, without me, I think.
Yeah, before,
Yeah.
in real life. So I've won it every year since then. Because I mean, we're playing against the Northern Ireland team, and why would they make this cup? It's honestly like Northern Ireland is never going to win it.
Well, we've also dominated.
No, I mean in real life.
Ireland.
Even I also mean in real life.
Because the teams are more closer together.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Okie dokie.
Linfield are their only hope. Yeah, I agree. And even then, I don't think that they'll beat some of the better. Like, why do I always forget their name? Because they don't matter. That's what Shamrock Rovers in real life. Like Linfield will never beat them. How do I always forget Shamrock Rovers? I don't know, because they're just unimportant. Keep a point of contact between the two in the sports world. Yeah, no, I think you're right. It is. It's just have something that they're not constantly like legitimately fighting over. Maybe it's hard to say. I don't know if that would create more rivalry or less rivalry, but I can, at this point and moment in time, realistically say Northern Ireland will never win that. Their best team will never beat the best team in Ireland. I just can't see it. You meant it another way. Okay. Well, I misunderstood then.
So...
A bridge to keep the two communities in touch. That's what I thought. I thought I did understand it that way. I probably misspoke. It's all right. A reminder they are part of the same nation. Right. Yeah. And through what you would hope to be healthier competition, because sports is supposed to be a pastime, a way to forget real life struggles. I mean, it doesn't work that way for a lot of people, obviously. But, you hope. I mean, I can admit that I am surprised at how legitimately in real life depressed I've been feeling at how poorly Liverpool are doing. Normally it doesn't bother me this much, but I just had, for once, I had different expectations of them. Most years I'm just like, we'll see how it goes. One game at a time. And when they're competing for things, I get excited. But I never mind when they lose something because I think, well, at least they did really well. But looking at how they're doing right now, I'm crushed. I honestly am. I'm like, Darwin Nunez is probably the biggest flop signing ever.
Back.
I think right now Nunez might be one of the biggest flops of all time. I mean, that's putting it mildly. Definitely. Plus, Jurgen Klopp, let's face it, he only ever really does well for about 7 seasons at any team. He always does well for approximately 7 seasons before he changes jobs or losing his job. And it's starting to come upon that time. I don't want to see him go, but can't put any individual above the team. I didn't know what Darwin Nunez was going to do. I didn't. And when they signed him, I'm like, okay, he seems okay.
Sorry about that. I saw flashing lights outside my house. No idea why.
Okay. So you got nervous?
No, it's just like, why were they here? I didn't, and I heard no sirens or anything. I don't normally, I rarely see police down this road.
I got you.
Transfers.
Well, I thought maybe Klopp saw something in him that nobody else did because he tends to do that from time to time. But yeah, I didn't think that he was going to be that game-breaking player that everyone else thought he was going to be. At this point, I think he's probably one of our bigger flops. No, what are you going to do? It's going to be a shitty season for Liverpool, and that's already been established. They're mathematically almost assured not to finish first. Yeah, Salah signs that new big contract, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done. I don't have to try anymore." Who didn't see that coming? Yep. Big money changes players. That's a fact. It's never happened before. Yeah, no players ever signed a gigantic contract and just stopped playing well. Pogba, it's just it can happen to anyone. I mean, how many instances can you think of where a player becomes a top paid player and does better? It's not enough instances of that, honestly. Yeah, Mbappe even this year is like he's like half as good as he was last year. He now owns part of his team, so who's gonna challenge him? He more or less decides on his own when he starts games. He's got more authority than his manager. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Mbappe stayed somewhat against his will. Well, they literally offered him a stake in the team, so he's like a part owner now. I don't know how against his will that is. Yeah, I saw that. I know. I was like, is he actually being a whiny little baby about that? But yeah, yeah. They wouldn't pass to him, so he stopped running. It's like you can only pass to him, nobody else, or he just won't try. What a whiner! Yeah, he's more transfer power than the manager. Well, the managers don't have a lot of transfer power. That's the director of football that does that, right? But still, he has a third equal say on all transfers for PSG. He's a third equal say on manager hirings and firings, and he technically ranks above the manager. If the manager's like, "You're not playing this game," and he'd be like, "Yeah, I am," the manager has to listen.
Can you imagine if that was in this game?
I don't know how they're going to implement that into this game. I'm curious to find out how that ends up in this game because they have to try somehow to make that work in this game. I know it's unprecedented, but what are you going to do? You want to see Australia beat France in the World Cup? Well, I mean, if Switzerland can beat them, anybody can. That's a fact. Yeah, no, it's funny how a lot of footballers are like that. As soon as they hit the big money, they just lose their motivation and their drive. Well, let's not get carried away here. Mbappe is not the only good player on France. That you could put out two French teams and they could meet each other in the World Cup final and nobody would be surprised. You don't think Italy will drop a single match in the upcoming World Cup? That is a bold prediction. That is a bold prediction. I can't say I'd be shocked if it happened, but it is not something I would expect.
We just scored against Barcelona on a straight goal.
Italy is the exact example of what's happening with France. They were good. They were good. They were good. They got way too much confidence. They got overconfident, and then they kind of got bad for a while. France is having that same hiccup. Italy didn't qualify. Oh, right. Right. Ah, you got me. You got me. I was thinking of the qualifying the next time around. Nice one. No, I can see them getting good again, though, in the future. It's all about finding hungry players. Liverpool is the exact thing that you're saying. Their players aren't as hungry anymore. They don't have the same passion anymore. It's true. How did England not qualify for the World Cup in that? That's nuts, especially in Football Manager. Like, this game is so
Wait, what?
geared towards England. It's unthinkable.
In our save, you mean?
No. Drop Bear. In the game that he's playing.
Oh, in his save.
2022, England didn't qualify for the World Cup on his save. I'm like, in Football Manager, where they pretty much consistently win the damn World Cup.
Wow.
Or, thereabouts in the competing realms. They're way overpowered on this game. Well, Rooney missed his first try at a penalty, and he scored a second one. Isn't that funny? Rooney had 2 penalties in this game. Italy's system is fucked. Yeah, they'll be better next time around. You'll see. Too much corruption and nepotism, even in football. You can't argue with that. There's a whole lot of truth to that. I'm going to sub these guys on. Celtic manager? Really? Huh. I wonder what team he would go to. That could be interesting. If that was to happen.
Wow.
Man,
Broward ties it up.
I wish I was hip to that joke, because at least I could have been like, well, my bold prediction is they'll go winless. But, damn. Opportunity missed. I just was thinking about qualifying because that's what was going on in my game, and for some reason I forgot the World Cup hasn't been played yet, because in my mind I won the World Cup. The defending champions are Ireland. The real world in our game sometimes just spill over in my brain. That's funny. That's like if somebody would be like, who's got the most goals in history for St. Pat's? I'd be like, Tommy Rooney. It's not even a real player. Although, to be fair, I don't think anybody would actually know the answer to that off the top of their head in real life. So I could say it, and everybody in the room would just nod. Oh, yeah? Okay.
Offside netting in the 92nd minute. We outplayed Barcelona.
Do you like it, or are you just used to it? I mean, I feel like those are two different things. You know what I mean? Like, do you like the summer heat, or are you just used to the summer heat? Because, like, I've had a lot of people be like, oh, you're Canadian, you should love the cold. I'm like, no, I fucking hate the cold. I mean, I can't complain because I'm Canadian. That doesn't make sense. Like, I like drinking, but it doesn't stop me from complaining when I get a hangover. Of course, I'm going to complain about the cold. It doesn't matter if I live here or not. It makes no sense. Right.
Two draw. We should have won.
2-2 draw. You should have won. Huh. Sorry, just have to answer this. Okay, so 2-2 draw. You should have won. I'm sorry to hear that, but you've locked up third place. And now you know your plan is to go deep in the Europa League. This is going to net us some points. I'm serious, man. This is good. If we win both, could you imagine?
That'd be fantastic.
That would definitely jet us ahead, wouldn't it?
I have a birthday to forget because we drew 2-2 against Barcelona. That we should have won. So I guess that's right.
Obscure hockey trivia stuff. That's funny. I was just answering somebody, and they were asking me, like, because they heard me say, "I bet I could come up with something about your team that you didn't know," and so this one person that I'm friends with is like, they're a St. Louis Blues fan, and I'm like, don't look it up, don't look at the internet, don't look at the internet. I said, who is the top scoring St. Louis Blues player of all time? And his first guess was Brett Hull. Good guess, most goals, but not the most points. His second guess was Adamant, another great guess, fantastic player. He's like, what's it, Brian Sutter? I'm like, no, he's third. And he doesn't actually know who the highest scoring St. Louis Blues player is of all time. And this is one of the better, more obscure hockey trivia questions, because if you haven't been around for a lot of years, you wouldn't know that the answer is Bernie Federko.
I've never heard of that player.
Exactly. You had to have been around. He played in the 80s. So, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well, let's...
Late 70s and through the 80s. So, yeah. But he's the highest scoring player of all time for the St. Louis Blues. And a St. Louis Blues fan didn't know that. Got him.
I mean, I don't know who the all-time goal scorer for the Devils is.
You don't know who has the...
I would think...
Sorry?
I would think Elias or...
Well, I mean,
Newendike.
Are we talking about goal scorer or point scorer?
Goal scorer.
I think Elias is actually the probably both, isn't he? All-time. I know he's the all-time point leader. Let's look at the goal scorer. I know he's the all-time point leader. I know that. I know John McClain is second. And surprisingly, I know Travis Zajac is third, though most people don't know a lot of that. But goal scorer, I think it's still Elias. But let's have a look. It could be Brendan Shanahan. No, it is Elias. Yeah, it is Patrick Elias. Yeah. Patrick Elias.
They want us to. The board want us to reach the semifinal of the Euro.
Would have been my guess, so I would have been right. Look at all these trophies! 6 of them! Jeez.
The Dundalk team of 2024, where are they now?
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. They mostly sold, I would think.
Yeah. Although 3 members of the team have now retired, the rest continue to be involved in soccer. Hoban is currently a coach at Dundalk. Diego Ceballos is at Real Oviedo.
Oh, you did hire
Martin Sidursky.
Sorry, he's a coach for you. That's great.
Yes. Sidursky is at NYCFC. Temesnikov is at Vicenza Calcio. Doherty's at Swansea City. Connor Masterson is at Huddersfield. Tyler Maglory is at Wycombe Wanderers. Johnny Smith is at Chesterfield. Odin Bailey and Thomas Dickens Peters are at Forest Green. And Calderon is in Portugal? Spain. And then the last 2... Patrick Finger is at Bohemian, and that's really all that matters.
Kevin Murphy has just now joined my best 11. Good for him.
There you
but
go.
Not as a starter yet. He's wait. How could he not
still a sub?
Best 11? Best 11's best 11. Where is he? Oh yeah, starting 11. It's not on the starting 11. Okay. Whatever. It's weird that you can have a starting 11 with backup players. 2030 season review.
They still don't want us to win the Irish League. I'm okay with that.
At least they're realistic. Like, holy shit, that's incredible.
I think it's easy. I think it's easy. Hold on. I don't want to make any promises. It's not easy to do my team talk because we're just always expected to finish second now. Versus like challenge for the title or whatnot.
Right, but at least you know what to pick.
Yeah.
I mean,
after 10 years.
I even told my players I expect us to win the Champions League again, and they actually agreed with me, so I'm pretty stoked.
Wow.
Jake's going to find a way to throw the EL, don't worry. Oh, the vote of confidence.
It's going to be in the first round, as it's always been. It's always been in the first round.
You went to a final once, though.
I went into the final of a conference league, not a Europa League.
It was conference league. Still, though, it's pretty great. Wow, we're already expanding our new stadium. Wait, we have to play in another stadium temporarily again? But we just got our new stadium. 10 months? That's so long. We're expanding our stadium by a mere 6,187 seats, and we can't play there while we're doing it. I have to play in a different stadium. I finally get a stadium named after me, and we can't even play there. We played 10 months in it, and now they're just like, well, we need more seats. No, we just need to play, you guys. Seriously, oh my god. Right, that's enough of that. Schedule.
Excuse me.
All right, so we're on season break for our teams. Let's double check our contracts, Jacob. Let's not let good players walk away.
I've already done that. I just have to do my staff contracts, which I'm not really looking forward to be honest.
Well, I'm taking the time to do it, so you might as well do it as well. So let's see. My director of football, is he any good? He doesn't do much, so I'm just going to give him a new contract anyway. Technical director.
How do you contract. Da-da-da.
I'm going to keep my head of youth development. Well, you know what? I shouldn't speak so soon. Let me go look at. It's going to determine personality, but this guy plays the 4-4-2 diamond narrow. 18, 18, 18. Let's go see if there even is a better head of youth development out there with our formation. What is my formation? 4-3-3 DM wide is what they call it on here. All right, so to be better, okay. 5-3-2 wingbacks. Tempting. Excuse me. A lot of guys out here do 5-3-2 wingback. That's all three of them so far. 4-2-3-1 wide. Nope. 4-3-3 DM wide. Okay. Well, you know what? I might. Let's see if it works. This is the only one with my current formation. I am going to try to sign him. Upgrade my head of youth development after all. He wants a lot of money, but I can afford it, so I'm not worried. Feels strange to replace my head of youth development, but he hasn't delivered a good prospect in quite a few seasons now. Goalkeeping coach gets an extension. Yeah, you're still pretty good. Is it this guy? Yes. Oh, I might be able to do better than that. Fitness coach. Fitness coach. Oh, I can improve on you. Nobody ever looks forward to having to sign their staff when they end up with lots of them. That's one of my favorite things about being a small team is that, you don't got many staff. And the ones you do have are really important. So signing them is not that big of a deal. But once you start getting good in the game and you get a lot of staff, it's like, I don't want to have to resign all these guys. And that's why I end up putting my under 19s, et cetera, in control of, letting the AI do those ones.
Do you at least try and find them, or do you let them just do everything regarding to staff members?
Well, I sign the guys that they allow me to have, but if they increase the amount, I usually don't notice it because I'm not in control of it, and they'll end up signing their own people to those open spots.
Gotcha.
Your staff contracts are done by your director of football. I understand. Lots of people do that. You should get a technical director instead of a director of football. They're actually for staff specifically. But yeah, I know. I understand a lot of people do it that way. Can't hardly blame you. This guy's definitely getting an extension. You are definitely getting an extension. Physios are easy. It's like, if they have a 20, that's as good as they can be. So sign them.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's similar with sports scientists, but I don't find too many sports scientists who have a 20 rating anymore.
No, not really.
Okay, you're a good scout. You can stay. Oh my god, Steam, stop with the pop-ups. Why does it always have to be right over top of buttons I need to use? I don't care who on my friends list is playing games. I need to disable that. I really do. What's always the case? The Steam pop-up pops up over top of a button you need? Yeah. It's like, so-and-so is playing this game. It's like, I don't care.
Holy shit, you have so many staff members.
I do? Yes, I do. That's why this takes a few minutes. But once it's done, and I don't have to think about it again for a whole nother season. Actually, sometimes what I like to do is look at whose contract's expiring like 2 seasons from now and extend them. Then I don't got to think about it for 2 whole seasons. But I'm not going that far right now. Because actually, none of my staff are expiring this season. So, actually, it is going to end up that way. 2 whole seasons away before I got to think about it. All right, I'm done. The only thing I'm going to have to hire is a new goalkeeping coach at the end of next year.
Let's see, who are we going to face in the knockout round? I don't know when the draw is.
I don't know. We'll find out soon, I hope. Let's look here. Didn't say. It did not say for certain. Leicester seek Mahon deal. That's not happening, guys. No. Why is everybody after Mahon? I mean, he's good, but his contract is still for 4 more years. Huh. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, the uber slow and not as fun off season. So we got to plan on getting this Champions League done and another season. And I think that might be as much as we get to do, but we'll see.
You're probably right on that.
Mm-hmm. So transfers seem unlikely because I'm pretty happy with my team as is.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't plan on getting anybody. I know I have a couple of players coming in.
All right, so the head of youth development that I wanted just re-signed with his current team. I hate that. I hate it when they do that. Wait, did he sign for less money too? Oh, that's an extra kick in the gut. Oh, he did. Like 4,000 a week, like half, almost half. Not quite half. I mean, let's be real, but 4,000 a week less than I offered him is what he signed for in his current team. I got Atalanta in the Champions League knockout.
I think my draw will be tomorrow then.
Let's go.
Yep, let's see. Sligo Rovers is in it. Well, that's good.
They're still in it. Awesome. That is good news.
There are 3 Scottish teams, so we're gonna get Getafe from Spain. And they're in 15th in La Liga, so
Fair enough.
you never know. I might end up bottling it.
Well, I mean, this was the prediction. Not by me, mind you. But yeah.
But we spanked Sporting Lisbon, so
Yeah, I think you'll be just fine. You're going to win. Oh, one of my coaches retired? Oh, that's fine. He wasn't particularly good anyway. What was he coaching, though? That's the important thing to know. Let's see, I've got 2 on all of those. 2 on all. I guess he wasn't coaching anything important. Because he's left and his absence isn't even notable. So I guess I can just hire the best possible coach for anything I want. With no limitations. Oh my. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and sign Pep. Oh, he wants a lot of money. Shit. Okay, staff, go here. This one, make board request staff, increase coaches' wages. Oh, they won't do it before this is done, though, will they? Oh, boo. Oh, well. Let's discuss it with them. Oh, they won't even talk to me about it. All right.
did you mess it up?
Nope, not at all. I asked them to increase the coaches' wages, and they just won't do it. They're not even remotely considering doing something like that.
I guess they don't like you.
Oh,
Driscoll, Foose. See, I don't know why he's only considered to sign as a last resort. It makes. I guess we need another scouting report on him.
there we go. Most of my staff is already resigned. Excellent.
Oh, the Phillies clinched the playoff spot for the first time since
Really, the Phillies.
God knows how long.
Last time I looked, they were just outside of
2011.
the wild card picture. So they must have played well recently.
Oh no, it was the exact opposite. They pretty much controlled their own destiny and then lost every game in September.
Oh, I haven't looked at the National League in a while, so. Well,
Yeah, it was.
at least they snuck in.
Yeah, it was becoming very, very painful for Phillies fans.
Oh well, I know the Jays are in, so that made me happy. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll cheer for them. What about Milwaukee?
Yep,
Did they finish outside?
I will check that for you. I think they did.
Because they were in control of their destiny at one point. They were very much entrenched in the wild card race, and then they just started botching games.
They are 2 games out. No, they are not in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, 2 games out. It's like, well, that means they're not in. It's there isn't that many games left.
That's correct. Let's get a scouting report.
That is a shame that
Yeah,
the
so-
Brewers didn't make it.
So all of the teams have been decided.
Yep.
It's just now what seeds they'll be.
Yep.
Is the question.
Mm-hmm. I'm really hoping the Jays play the Mariners and not the Rays, and as of now, that is the case.
Today's Monday. Oh fuck. Oh no. How are you? You're 19 years old. You suck. Maybe not. Let's get another scouting report on you. Loanless notification. This is what I want. So if the Mets somehow make it out of the first round of the playoffs and they get a home game, I'm gonna try and get tickets to see a game, and so Matt and I can go for his birthday
Nice.
because his birthday is in 8 days. Is next week.
That'd be awesome. That'd probably be super fun. Murphy wants an improved contract. Well, that's probably reasonable. Yeah, he's only making $55,000 a week. Let's just do that thing. Let's just give him a better contract. At least I can go through this transfer window without anybody bidding on him. Wait, what? He's not interested in a new contract. Oh, that's the wrong player. That explains it. Oh, Mahon isn't interested in a new contract. Well, that's interesting. Important player. What's your current status? Regular starter. Let's see. Can I keep you on regular starter? No. Important player or nothing. Well, then you've got it. 95,000 a week. Loyalty bonus. Minimum fee release clause, 500 million. Done. That contract was easy. At least I can go through this transfer window with nobody bidding on him. That's going to be perfect. One less player to worry about. What are you? Oh, you're not going anywhere. I'm not giving you a new contract. You've got 3 years optional extension on it.
Which you're going to take full advantage of.
Oh yeah, no, Duterre's not making more than 80,000 a week ever for the rest of his career, because he signed for 4 more years, and I have a 3-year extension after that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So I have 7 more years on him, and at that point he'll be 31 years old.
Then you can sell him to an English team.
Or a French team. That's usually who bids on him.
Alright, fair enough.
Because he's French. They try to sign their own players more often than not. All that registration rules and good garbage like that. Youth contracts going to expire. I mean, I can't imagine I care about any of these.
Why not ask for a contract?
Tommy McGrath. I mean, you developed well, but you don't look that good. See, I did not get the head of youth development that I wanted.
Nope, I want this. This.
Let's see if I can find
this.
433 DM wide. All right. Nope, you're going to be... Wow, this guy only wants to be an under-19s coach. Well, then that means I can afford him. Holy shit, he wanted a big pay raise to be head of youth development. Holy crap. Like, I even upped his wage. I'm like, yeah, look, I'm going to be so generous. He wanted 4.5 thousand to be an under-19s coach. I'm like, I'm going to raise it to 5. And so I put it at head of youth development. He's like, no, 16,500.
My lord.
He would take 4.5 to be an under-19s coach, but he wants 16.5 if he's going to be my head of youth development. Because that makes sense. Why am I playing Shakhtar? For what?
Friendlies.
Oh, why Shakhtar?
Because I'm playing New England, supposedly. Which is a 6-hour plane flight in the opposite direction.
I guess that sounds fun. Why not? You'll be back? Okay, we'll be here.
Oh.
Depending on how long you take. Oh, I don't want to play these guys like 3 days before a Champions League game. What the hell, man? They did not arrange these the way I would want them to. Whatever, I just won't play any starters in that game.
Excuse me.
Nah, I don't want to. Pretty tired today? I mean, we don't have to go much longer.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I have, see, hold on a second. I have transfers coming in January 3rd. Do you want to just go It doesn't really matter. Do you just want to go till my transfers come in on January 3rd?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, absolutely. And then we can come back with the transfer window well rested.
Yeah, we can do the whole window, and I can lose in the Europa League again
No,
because I can't win.
that's not going to happen.
I know. I'm pessimistic. It's just
All right. Yeah,
doesn't
you know what?
happen.
That's right. At least when you're pessimistic, everything is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I like that. Oh, Drop Bear, we lied. We won't be here. Oh,
Sorry, Drop Bear.
that's okay. We'll be back on Wednesday. He'll catch up with us then, I'm sure. And I'm going to bug him because when 23 comes out, we're going to play a network game and I'm going to teach him how to win tournaments.
Okay.
I have a new head of youth development.
Not from my team, so I appreciate that.
No, this guy's better than the one on your team.
Oh, well,
Oh, I hired an English head of youth development. He's only fairly determined, so that was a little bit of a backslide, but he has an interesting playing tactical style. He likes to park the bus. But 4-3-3 DM wide was the one that I cared about. It's his preferred formation and his second preferred formation. So I'm like, I don't know. He can't be any worse than my last head of youth development. Let's give him a whirl.
excuse me.
Plus, he's English. I don't know. Does that mean he'll bring in the odd British player? I think that's what ends up happening.
It's possible.
And we know that their values can be quite good.
Yeah, which is true. You suck. You suck. You don't.
Get a first team transfer in the FM. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to be signing off soon. We're having a quick one this evening, but we'll be back on Wednesday. So, come hang out then. Haaland to PSG, Mbappe to Munich, and Kane to City. Okay. Haaland to PSG, Mbappe to Munich, and Kane to City. All right. Fair enough. I have quite a few saves for Kane. Harry Kane ends up on City. Obviously, those things will be happening. Oh, yeah, I've had quite a few. More than like last year, this year, yeah, I've had a bunch where Kane ends up on City.
I've never had that. Well, but then again, I've only had 2 saves the entire year.
Right, and I've had dozens. I mean, ones that I'm actually interested in and playing, I've only had 5. But through testing, through a bunch of the testing saves, yeah, Kane ends up in City quite often. So yeah, it's also like who wins the Premier League the most? Okay, let's see. We had 33 test saves. Sorry, here's my note. 33 test saves, and the Premier League is won the most by Manchester United.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, Manchester United wins the first season in lots of people's saves, and they don't believe us when we try to tell them that they're overrated, and overpowered in this game. But it's been that way for a few seasons now. Man U has been very overrated in a bunch. But when we try to tell them that, we're like, so Manchester United's overrated. They're finishing well above expectations consistently in our test saves. And they're like, well, no, because Liverpool's overpowered. I'm like, how is that the argument against what we're trying to say here? I mean, that could be true. Let's address that problem individually after this. But no, that's how they dismiss it. That if anything, Liverpool won the Premier League less times than Manchester United in our test saves. So it's like, don't know what to tell you there.
30 million.
What perplexes me is that City consistently doesn't win it. They only win it the third most times, and it's really far back from United and Liverpool. The league's top scorer is almost always Ronaldo. Like that's a pretty far departure from reality as well. So I hope that they're better in 23. I do. Like, not better as in they play even better. I know. I mean, as in more realistic. In your two saves that you had, did you look at who won the Premier League in the first season? Jacob?
Oh, me? I didn't think you were talking to me still.
I was talking to you the whole time.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking.
Leicester is first in our save. Oh, no, sorry. Leicester's.
Um,
United's at the top of
no.
the table right now in the Premier League on here. Yours was United once and Tottenham once, somehow. Uh-huh.
I mean, once we save this game, I can load my game up and tell you if you're that interested. I honestly, I don't know
No, it's
because
not a big deal. I just thought if you knew
I
off the top of
played
your head.
I played in the U.S. for five seasons, for 4 seasons with my first one, and in Holland in the other save.
Yeah, no, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I just wondered if you knew off the top of your head. But there's more evidence. Drop Bear had United and Tottenham, but United is one of them. And yeah, you talk to most people, and United almost always wins the Premier League right away. Like way more than twice as much as anybody else.
Percentage of profit from next sale. Go to freaking hell. %40%? Are you kidding me?
All right, so now I have to figure out what's going on with this guy. Contract. Let's give him a big raise to keep him here.
I apparently have too many defenders.
As I am ironically re-signing Lionel Semedo, who you let go of, because you had too many defenders.
I have too many defenders that aren't good. I think that's my problem.
Ah. So we're going to
And
start cutting.
Semedo. Yeah, well, I got to do this systematically. Like, I can't just cut 4 of them and not replace them.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a dilemma. Should be fun.
Yeah. I almost want to get guys that are like prospects and just have them on my first team and just let them develop. Let's see if I can find. Right? No. And finishes. Dundalk signed Romero. I don't really want any more.
Who wants what now?
You signed Romero, who I don't really want anymore.
Oh, that's not funny when that happens. Send him out on loan and then sell him for a profit later.
You're funny. I only paid 30 million for him, so I guess I can do that.
Wait, Carlos Romero?
Yeah,
Why don't you want him?
because I can only have one striker, and that's all. That's it's like really what he plays.
I thought he had a rating
don't-
somewhere else.
I don't. He plays left wing, but I don't like him at left wing.
Oh, fair enough. Well, then why'd you sign him? Come on, that was just a waste of money.
No. You know me by now.
At the time, it was a good idea. Yeah, no, I get it.
What?
110,000 a week too. Yeah, no, yeah, he's
It's
that's
a waste of money.
he is now your leading paid player.
Yeah.
By a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bona fide star player. Don't get me wrong. That's surprising. Zukowski's loan ends. Well, that's okay.
African Cup of Nations.
And the bad offers begin.
What? Let's scout it. Um. Jeffrich 1.3. Wow. Yeah, these crappy offers are coming left and right.
As is to be expected, I think. So, did you guys just sign more or lose more players? Yeah. They're nuts. Ad's about to start. Now I'm going to snooze that because we'll be done in a few minutes. We don't need an ad just before we finish. Screw you, ads.
No, yeah, no, not a good look.
I mean, I looked over and happened to see that it was coming. I like that it gives me notifications. I just wish that it gave me notification more often where I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Some ads I can stop. Premier Division signing of the season, Josh Ryan for free. Well, yeah. Runners up was Pisano. Pisano was a runner up. That's funny. I think Pisano was the signing of the season, but whatever. The minimum expectation in the Champions League is to reach the final. Oof. Oh. Oh no, my national team lost its physio. Do I have another physio? I do. Good. Have a good night, Drop Bear. We'll see you
Have a good
Wednesday, I hope.
Yep, Wednesday.
Or actually, sometimes you drop in on other things. I'll be back tomorrow shooting things. I like shooting things. Why can't I find a physiotherapist? Something's wrong here. Thursday for you. Yes, that's right. Thursday for you, Wednesday night for us, FM. The continuation of this awesome save. I can't seem to find a staff member. I can't find a physio for my national team. And the only one I just had just retired. Although I have a head physio, which is good, so we're not bereft of one, but I'd like to have another.
New average attendance record. Leverkusen Jefferson.
Youth players promoted? I don't want these
The
guys.
age.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want them on my senior team. Contract. Release you all.
Oh, Driscoll moved up to 3.5 stars. Nice.
Sweet. Cagliari makes slow approach for Salafu. 400,000 mandatory fee. Nice try. You tried to sneak that in there, didn't you? They tried to sneak in a mandatory fee that was like way less than his actual value. Where did he just come back from? Oh, Sligo Rovers. So I got Salafu and Zukowski back.
Right, tomorrow should be the day where I receive
Mm-hmm.
a few extra players.
Absolutely.
I rarely ever see match officials moving up categories.
So let's see. We play each other in the 4th game of the season here.
Oh, great.
It's not too bad.
I get to get it out of the way quickly. All right. We got the Argentine center defender from Man City. On loan.
Awesome.
Nice. Miguel Juarez, Mexican. Yep. Attacking midfielder. Okay. Alexandra set for a move to Barcelona. Ah, you guys are funny. $5 million. I think his release clause is 180 million, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Oh, 45 clubs interested in De Grazia. It's a lot of clubs.
And he's not something. See, you're not looking to move him on.
No.
No, okay.
But I mean, if you want to spend 200 million,
Yeah, I mean,
you might guess.
if they want to spend 200 million, you might just say yes. Yeah.
What's his release clause is 120 million.
Well, I guess that's how much they'd have to spend then.
Yeah.
Still, though, you could do a lot with that money if you got it. But you're right.
Absolutely.
You're right to not want to sell him for less than that. Oh, you wanted to move forward again?
Oh, sorry. I just
Instinct.
force of habit.
Instinct.
Hold on. Let me resolve this issue before you hit save.
No problem.
And resolved. There we go.
Yeah, at least it's one less thing you'll have to deal with when we get back.
Yes.
All right, everybody. We are going to sign off here. I will be back tomorrow shooting things, and then we'll be back on Wednesday doing this fun, entertaining stuff again. So until then,
Have a good night.